Hello and welcome to UNews. We begin today with the devastation from Hurricane Dorian. The Category 2 storm has impacted the Bahamas for days now. Winds and flood waters have left thousands of homes destroyed. Authorities confirming that at least 5 people have died, but officials worry those numbers could grow. And today we go to Univision's chief meteorologist, Albert Martinez, with the latest on this killer storm. Albert. And we'll be able to connect with Albert a little bit later on the show for him to give us the track of this Hurricane Dorian that has been a slow-moving storm sitting on the Bahamas for hours, battering those islands, causing catastrophic deaths and damages. Many people have been reported missing, while survivors take to social media asking for help and prayers. Lorraine Cáceres has more.
14,000 homes have been damaged and the death toll is expected to rise. The Prime Minister said this is a historic tragedy for the Bahamas, saying they've never seen anything like this and they've never been this hard hit. Meanwhile, the United Nations and the International Red Cross are mobilizing to deal with this unfolding humanitarian crisis. So far, people in South Florida are stepping up, collecting donations to send over to their neighbors. In Miami alone, there are 16 places of donations where you can drop them off. If you'd like to help, the city of Miami has a website with all the information. That URL is miamigov.com. And then you can also go to Bahamas Strong in that website. Carolina, back to you.
Thank you, Lorraine, for that information. And now let's go to Univision's chief meteorologist, Albert Martinez, with the latest on this killer storm. Albert, for that information. Meanwhile, in Florida, millions of people along the East Coast are bracing for this storm. Ricardo Arambare is in St. Augustine, Florida, with the latest on the preparations. Ricardo, how are things looking there? Thank you, Ricardo, and please be safe. And as experts continue to gather information on this killer hurricane, their efforts are made possible by a group of brave men and women known as hurricane hunters, crews who fly willingly into the eye of the massive storms like Dorian. Maite Interiano had a special chance to be on those flights. Thank you, Maite, for that great story. And as resident of the Bahamas brace for the impact of Dorian, one island resident was focusing on collecting dogs. 90s continue to monitor Hurricane Dorian as it continues to move closer to the east coast of Florida. Georgia and South Carolina are expected to feel the impact on Wednesday, while North Carolina and Southeast Virginia will feel the impact on Friday. And now to the deadly shooting in West Texas that left at least 7 people dead and 25 injured. Authorities are now confirming that the gunman had a federal ban preventing him from owning a firearm. Now there are new questions about how the man got the assault rifle he used in the attack. Pedro Rojas and Texas has been the site of several mass shootings like the one that terrorized Odessa and Midland. Those attacks coming on the heels of the massacre in El Paso just weeks ago, and now the Lone Star State is set to loosen many gun regulations. Gianni Aponte has more details. And Walmart is making changes following the El Paso, Texas mass shooting. The superstore and welcome back to UNews. More than a dozen people are still missing after a dive boat caught fire off the Southern California coast. Some Good Samaritans were able to save 5 crew members who were awake and jumped off the boat when it erupted in flames. Officials say the boat was in full compliance with safety regulations. The company that owns that boat, Truth Aquatics, could not be reached for a comment. And now turning to immigration, the start of a new expedited removal rule is causing great concern amongst undocumented people. Even some permanent residents have been advised to carry their IDs with them at all times. Peggy Carranza has the details from New York City.
Friday, a judge will decide whether to block temporarily the rule following a lawsuit filed by ACLU against the policy. In New York City, Peggy Carranza, UNews.
Now to Pennsylvania, where police are investigating a bizarre kidnapping. Authorities issuing an Amber Alert for a missing toddler. Tiffany Roberts has the latest on this case. In Mexico, a new fitness yoga classes where beer is being served. Paulina Gomez has mourned why some yoga fans prefer their sessions with the help of that beverage.
During yoga beer, maintaining equilibrium and the different positions challenge the body to work even harder.
Welcome back to Univision. Today, new research from the National Academy of Sciences is suggesting parents with anxiety are more likely to have kids with anxiety. Aileen Cardet has the story of how one mother realized she was passing her fears onto her child and what she did to address the problem. As thousands of people get ready to start the recovery process from Hurricane Dorian in the Bahamas, there's one person who has become key to so many recovery efforts after similar natural disasters. Chef Jose Andres is already there in the Bahamas with his team, ready to feed as many people as possible. Miriam Arias has more details.
So Chef Jose Andres expects tens of thousands of people to need access to food and water. Now, he and his volunteers are hoping to deliver about 1,000 sandwiches and fruits today to Albaco by helicopter. He started this nonprofit kitchen about 10 years ago and so far has been present to deal with the aftermath of numerous disasters. Now, he recently retweeted USAID asking to meet with them and to try to come up with more humanitarian relief for those who have been affected by Hurricane Dorian.
It is always great to see him after these natural disasters, Miriam, and one of the most touching parts of situations like these are seeing people coming together to help. Like that much, Miriam, for being with us today. We'll see you guys tomorrow here at Univision. Hasta mañana. Thank you.